This year, both teams in this game are coming off the long break, so it's no one really has an advantage. What do you look for at the beginning of the game to see if the time off is
well, I mean, with the way this game's going to be played, if you're not ready to go, you're going to be in deep trouble from the start. So I've never really bought into all that stuff. You know, we've had good practices. We were able to get workouts in during the finals. So you just need to go out there and compete.
What does VCU do in particular that gives you concern?
Well, they force almost 18 turnovers a game. They have one of the premier scorers in the country. They got very good size inside and play very physical defense inside and on the glass. You know, so they're really good. I mean, their three losses are to Duke, Wisconsin, and Florida State. You know what I mean? So, you know, and all those games went into the last 4 minutes. So they're as good as any team we've played. If you know, you'd put them on the same par as the Tennessees, the Arkansas, the Villanova. So you have to play extremely well. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to rebound the basketball, and then defensively, you got to really be locked in because although Melvin is so talented offensively, they got other pieces that are really good too. You know, and if you're not locked in every aspect of the game defensively, they'll carve you up.
Right. When you look at, or when you talk about team rebounding, VCU is a team that really reads, you know, takes care of that. You know, it's equal across the board as far as rebounding.
Right. Yeah, you have to, you know, on the defensive end, you got to put bodies on guys because they're going, and they're tough and athletic, and as I was talking about earlier, they know how to win games. And then, you know, for us on offense, we got to figure out ways to get to the glass and get us some second chance opportunities. I think rebounding has been a staple for VCU, you know, under Shaka and now Coach Wade. So they're you know, you got to do unbelievable battle on the glass on both sides.
You always take it one game at a time, of course, but you can't help but look at it a little bit. This is the wrap-up of the non-conference schedule. What do you want to get out of especially these next two and just down these next 5 games?
Well, we are only looking at one game. So when you have a team like VCU coming in, you're not even looking at the rest of the week. It's a 9 o'clock game. It's on national TV. It's against a year in and year out a top 25 team. We just need, you know, every day we try to make sure that we're competing and getting better every day, and then hopefully what that does is prepare you for tomorrow night.
Does that later start mean anything at all?
No.
Does it change anything at all?
No, except that, you know, I mean, it's late, you know. Other than that, guys, you get accustomed to it because of TV, you know, and we play, you know, noon games, and we play 7 o'clock games, you play 9 o'clock games, you know, in tournaments you play 9:30 at night. So you just, the whole thing is you're ready when that ball's tipped, and if that's 9 or 9:05 tomorrow, we better be ready.
Is Melvin one of those guys you want to keep a fresh body on?
Yeah, I think if you're not fresh on him, he takes advantage. He doesn't get tired. You know, he's taking 18, 19 shots a game, 9 threes a game. You know, he knows how to put the ball in the basket in a variety of ways, and obviously he's one of the best three-point shooters in the country, and he's a unique three-point shooter, meaning that a lot of times when you think of three-point shooters, they're guys who get it off of screens or catch and shoot, spot-ups. He does do that, but he also is tremendous off the dribble. There's not a lot of guys that shoot the three at a high percentage that can do it off the dribble like he can.
I guess it's hard guarding a three-point shooter like that when you know he's good with the dribble and he could go right around you.
That's why he's one of the best guards in the country. That's why he's one of the best guards in the country. And I'm not sure he's getting the credit that he deserves in terms of the type of year that he's had so far.
Do you know already this team's better than last year's team?
Oh yeah, we're a lot better. We're a lot better. And again, as I heard me say 100 times, we're better, but you have to be better during the 40 minutes
Right.
that you play.
Right.
You know, and so being better and being more cohesive and again, that's not a knock on last year or the year before or anything like that. It's just we're better. We have more options. We're more talented. We have greater experience. But you have 40 minutes maybe twice a week to prove that, and that's the challenge that we have.
Is that mostly what you see just here on the practice, or is it numbers, or kind of a lot of things, or?
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You look at the numbers, you look at practice, you look at the games, you look at plays that we're able to make that you just never been able to make before.
Right.
So you add all those things up, and that's put you in a position to be 6-2, and now you got the next game.
All right.
With the additional scorers you have on the team this year, how important is it for the point guards to be scorers on this team?
I think it varies. I think it's dependent on the game situation. I think they need to be threats offensively. I think they both have improved in that. Obviously it's less important because you have usually 4 guys on the court that can score for you.
Right.
But you still, you don't want to be in a position where offensively point guard doesn't need to be guarded or anything like that. And I think that up to this point, those guys have done a good enough job to gain the respect of opponents. And there was a team or two that did that, and they were able to have good games against that.
With the experience, you mentioned that all the older guys and the games they've been through, how much better is this team equipped to come from behind and to play uphill than maybe last year's?
Well, I mean, the one thing you give last year's team credit for, other than a couple games, we were in every game, and sometimes we had to come back, but not big deficits. Let's hope we don't have to find that out, because especially when you're playing good teams. The thing that's always funny is that either you're up a lot or down a lot. If there's a comeback, it's I always find it interesting that no one talks about the team or the coach during the initial part when you took the 18-point lead. What a great job they did during that. They only talk about what a bad job you did if you lose the lead. You know what I mean? It's just, but let's hope we don't have to find out. Obviously, we can score better, so that aids your ability to come back if you're down some points.
With the players working on conditioning and so forth during the break, what's the condition of the team, and how's the health of the
Everybody's
team?
good. Everybody's good. There'll be a time or two where if someone has a little something during this time, we'll hold them out from any contact stuff or whatever. You're 8 games in and a weekend with 3 days of practice, so you're going to be banged up here and there. Everybody's got a tweaked ankle or a bruised knee or something like that, and we got our share of those, but nothing that's going to stop us from competing.
How did this series come about? It's obviously not every team that wants to go to VCU or is willing to go to VCU.
Well, there was questions. We couldn't get a firm answer on the ACC Big Ten Challenge, to be honest with you. And we were supposed to have a home game in that.
Right.
They say you can't count on it, but everybody counts on it. And we knew we needed another. I wanted, and the program wanted, another high-profile game at home. Usually that would have been Tennessee and the Big Ten team coming in.
Yeah.
But as we were calling around to try to finish our schedule, the VCU home and home starting at our place came into play. And to be honest with you, as a head coach, I just decided I wasn't going to wait. Let's get a really good RPI game against a top 25 team to come in here first. And not playing the ACC Big Ten Challenge. And it bodes well for the future, because next year you go on the road and you play at Tennessee, at VCU. You have Georgia coming back here, and then the Big Ten team. And so now your schedule is well balanced again. So.
Is Coach Wade, you know just from the road at all?
Yeah, just from being around and on the road, and he was on the staff when we played VCU my first year in Charleston. So, yeah.
Good.
All good?
Thanks.